Shadowwork through the dream space. I was on Twitter today and somebody had made a note of how to interpret visions without using divination tools. First and foremost, your body's a divination tool. It might be more energetically draining just to use your body, which is why people use tools, because energy is actually transmitted through the tool, thus giving you the information that you want, so it kind of doesn't directly hit you. That's why people who are clairaudient often get exhausted, or if they're doing readings solely by themselves without using their divination tools, they just seem a little spacey or a little bit run down. It's just that they're in the moment and they're working spiritually with their body, which can be exhausting. Believe me, I know. So with that being said, I've been thinking about doing a video, meditating on it for many days, about doing a video basically on shadow work through the dream space. With that being said, when you're doing shadow work, spirit, your higher self, your spirit guides will give you visions, dreams of things you might have to face, fears, inadequacies, things of that nature. So for a very long time, I subsided my dreams. I made sure that I smoked cannabis. Cannabis has a number of medicinal purposes, but mine was mostly for insomnia, night terrors, things of that nature. I suffer from PTSD. I also have premonitions. I lucid dream. I have past life dreams. So my dreams were very, very vivid almost all the time, and it was very difficult. So for a long period of time, I subsided it. Did I sleep very well at night? Yes, it was best for my spiritual growth. Probably not. With that being said, I had to face a lot of things during my awakening period. It wasn't that I was already woke or on my path, but there was a severe kind of jolt into my experience where I had to face my dreams. I've made a promise to myself, which is one of my videos, promises you make to yourself and others, that I wouldn't smoke for a period of time so I could face my shadows in my dream space, which can very much be done. Now, how do you decipher these things? You have to know thyself. You have to do other shadow works, which would have to be your ego destruction, processing your traumas. That's when you get to the stage of deciphering your dreams. You know what is ego, what is fear, what is your inadequacies, and what is premonitions, and how to decipher those. Keep a dream journal. I made mine up of a couple of pieces of paper and stapled them together for right now, because that's what we got. That's what we're working with. We're going to use it. Just to jot down my dreams, because I've noticed a lot of them are within the same space. So I'll be visiting the same, let's just be honest, it'll be a school space. Or I'll be visiting a castle, and it's always the same castle, and it's always the same school. And I'm like, how many times have I had this dream? And I'm visiting places to confront fears. Now, with that being said, sometimes we can overlap things. We'll be going through our spiritual experience, so we don't know whether we're having premonitions or visions, or this is just our subconscious level speaking to us in order to confront our fears. And I'm speaking very fast because my videos usually get cut short, so I'm trying to just get everything said. And when you come to terms, when you start analyzing your dreams, that certain dreams are for you to face your subconscious fears and certain dreams are premonitions, that's a very, very big milestone, because you're deciphering thyself. You're knowing thyself. So when you wake up out of that dream and you're a little bit disoriented, like I know a woman who has premonitions in her dreams. She had a dream, boyfriend was cheating on her with some blonde woman. She wasn't know if it was her subconscious because he's cheated before, but eventually she found out there was a blonde woman involved. That's not to go to a lower vibrational frequency. It's just sometimes when we are accepting lower vibrational kind of energy into our existence, it will show up in our dreams, and it's very hard for us to decipher. Once you start creating healthy boundaries in your relationships with your friends and your family, you will be able to do this with no contest. You wake up from a dream and maybe, like, for example, I had a dream the other night that I had like no money in my bank account. I'm like, that's subconscious fear. It's fear of me living in lack. I'm not going to let that get me down. There's some dreams where I'll have like I'll be in a casino. I'm like, that's a money dream. Abundance is coming to me. I've learned to decipher through dream journaling, interpreting my visions, and knowing what is my subconscious fears that I have to kind of just hold on to, be like, no, we got to let that go and continue to move forward. A lot of people can get stuck in a state where they will believe that their dreams are strictly premonitions because they have premonition dreams, and they will hold on to that low vibration thinking that, oh my God, this person's going to do something, or this is coming, or premeditating it. That's not going to work in your benefit either. Please do your shadow work. Please understand yourself better than anybody else. Understand the sun aspects of yourself and the moon aspects of ourselves, your strengths and your weaknesses, and sometimes your weaknesses are strengths and your strengths could be your weaknesses. So this is very much a paradox that you have to kind of navigate through during your spiritual growth and your ascension. But with that being said, there are tools you can utilize in order to decipher your dreams, to do your shadow work in your sleep. I told you your head is the safest place in order to experience things. Thus, if you're creating that safe space in your mind, that sacred space in your mind to process things that you need to in order to spiritual grow, then that's probably where it's going to come up from. Especially if you're at this certain part in your spiritual growth or ascension, or finding yourself or enlightenment, where if you've dealt with the physicality of the existence that you have in your human form, that the only thing left to kind of decipher is the human primitive thoughts, jealousy, envy, inadequacy, things of that nature. You're an infinite being. If you love the universe will love you back. Abundance to you. I hope you have a great day. I hope this was useful. Follow me on Instagram, the highest Priestess V, and everything would be in my bio on YouTube. If there's any information, questions you may have, concerns, and my email if you want me to talk about a specific subject. I get inspiration from anywhere and everywhere, and you are constantly learning, constantly. A wise man knows he knows nothing at all. Have a good day.